Good morning, good midday, good afternoon. This is the scene for Elwood Vampires, New York. And we'll continue the scene. Um, Kate and Benjamin had an unexpected guest come over, a lovely man named Wallace. And he just left the room where Benjamin and Kate stay in. And this is where we'll continue the scene. Kate
Benjamin.
will. Oh, yeah?
I was just going to say that the last time we saw Benjamin, he exited the room with Wallace, and now he's returning, looking a little bit tense.
Okay, as soon as Benjamin enters, she'll ask, "Is he out of earshot?"
He
And you
looks.
can see her bite her lip and kind of like make jerking motions with her shoulders.
Benjamin looks back and then closes the door behind him and nods. Yeah.
And Kate just throws her head back and she'll start laughing hysterically, folding her arms around her chest. And she'll just plop back on her bed and just start rolling in it.
He looks at her and also smiles, but more like partway up, like partly because of hope and partly because of confusion. He doesn't know if she's laughing for the reason he hopes. So he says, "What's?" He looks at her and says, "What's so funny?"
And Kate, in between, trying to catch her breath, she'll point at the door and she'll just wheeze out, "He is!" And she'll continue laughing.
And Benjamin like relaxes when he hears this and not. Yeah, that was that was funny, involuntary though.
And she'll continue to laugh, and you sometimes can hear her, trying to pronounce words, and a few words that you can pick up on are babe, blowing kisses, Benjo man.
Yeah, he shakes his head. Well, I didn't want to make an issue out of that. Didn't think it was a good idea after what happened, but I don't know what he says. What his deal is.
Ah, Kate tries to wipe away her non-existing tears, and she'll sit back up on the bed, still smirking a bit.
But and then Benjamin looks at her and says, "But he did have a point though. We need to be smart about how we do this. And when I say we, I do mean." He chuckles and like self-deprecatingly mean. I do mean we. That was not good.
Kate will just grin. Hey, Benjamin, I think he might have a thing for you.
He,
He's already giving you pet names.
Benjamin,
And her grin will just widen. Benjo man.
Benjamin shakes his head and says, "I'm. I don't think so." He says, and I'm also not entirely. I'm also not interested in. I mean, he's probably a good ally to have, and he's definitely someone we can learn from. But you know, he doesn't. Like there, it's not him that I'm interested in. He smiles.
Kate will nod, still trying to compose herself, now and then chuckling. Yeah, well, I don't plan to do anything rash or stupid anytime soon. And as long as you uh, have feedback back to Ajax and he approves of your actions, we should be fine.
He nods. Yeah. Hmm.
Subterfuges for lying.
No,
Just saying.
isn't it also the flirt?
I have no idea.
I think that's how I've been taught.
Just go for it, man.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a fail, not a botch. It's a fail, not a botch. He goes yeah, well, I mean, yeah, as I said, and then he looks at her. He's not the one I'm interested
Yeah, Kate is just not picking up on it
in.
since you failed.
Yeah.
Um,
At least I didn't botch. uh,
uh, well, if you don't want to talk to him, maybe you should go and meet Ajax.
Benjamin looks at her for a second, and then like a little bit looks a little. No, actually, you know what? I'm going to make you roll for this. Roll perception empathy.
Let me see what I have. Oh, that's not halfway. That's half decent.
No, the one. Well, you do get one success though. Um, he looks slightly disappointed. Maybe you think, and he says, "Well, yeah, I think that might be a good idea."
Why don't you come along next time I'm going to meet with him?
You know, it's that. I think that's good. He says, so we can meet him together, and I mean, meet him as well. Yeah.
That reminds me, I've been wanting to ask you this.
And his head jerks up in like, oh, yeah.
What is your mantra?
My mantra.
Well, I'm not sure if a former Sabat Brua would know, but here every Brua has a mantra or a code of honor or something that he lives by for him to stay in control of his beast whenever times get tough.
Lol. Oh, see, I didn't know that. I don't know what to answer that question.
Brujas there don't have one, so you can just be like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay, good. He looks at her and says, I didn't know about this mantra, but I mean, that might not be a bad idea. I might need to give it some thought."
She nods. Well, if you meet Ajax, you can tell him whatever you come up with, and he can give you feedback on it.
Mm.
I'm still thinking of mine. Since I'm becoming a proper Brua and all, I will need one as well.
It did feel good to plant the knife in the back of that fucking thing called Tobias Budge.
And Kate will just look at you. And this is why we have mantras.
He grins. Yeah, I think that might not be half bad.
And she'll chuckle. Maybe yours needs to do with something like compassion or mercy or both.
He looks at her, and his look is both like there's a genuine smile on his face, but there's also a seriousness in his eyes, and he says, "I have plenty of compassion and mercy for everyone who isn't Sabbat. For them though, the only good Sabbat is a dead one."
And Kate nods. Well, sometimes we need to try not to off them by ourselves. That might upset our elders if they had other plans for this Sabbat person.
You know, yeah. He says it's not a matter of simply going Leroy Jenkins whenever you can. He grins. It's just, I mean, if we need to capture someone, let's capture them. But I'm not. I spent too much time with those bastards, Kate, to have anything but hate for them. And if an elder tells me to spare one's life because we need him for information, that's fine. But I'm not gonna pretend that that we're gonna. I'm not gonna pretend that they're anything other than scum who needs to get rid of.
I'm going to roll to see how genuine you are about this because it's important. Subterfuge perception?
No, if you want to find someone's want to engage someone's feelings, I think it's perception, empathy.
Okay, well that's same amount of dice.
Same dice pool, okay.
All the ones. Just look at all those ones.
You have one success.
Okay.
He does look to mean what it does look like he means what he says.
Kate will look at you intently for a few seconds and she'll say, "Good, because I've been meaning to talk with you about something."
Oh?
mission. And it's not about killing, but it's about capturing
He nods.
a Sabbat member. How would you feel about that?
He nods and says, I've seen enough movies in my time. He says with a slight grin, but also a look in his eyes that he's still serious, to know that sometimes you don't just kill people. You don't just kill the enemy for the sake of killing him. You capture him, extract all the information from him that you can, and then you do whatever you need to do. So I'm totally game for capturing someone if it means that we can get more information that we need.
And Kate once more will roll to see how genuine you are, and finally she gets 2 successes, not that much more, but hey.
He means what he says. He's serious about that. He may not like having to leave the Sabbat person alive, but he will do so, or
Okay.
undead, or you know what I mean.
Okay. I would like to ask for your help in a mission that I have planned. There is this one woman that we need to investigate, but I'm the only one. Well, not me, but you're the only one who has better eyesight than I do.
He nods.
And you're better at hearing.
He nods as well. I would be happy to help. He says. When do we do this?
After I've come to an agreement with Spillane about their assistance in the matter.
Spillane again.
Yes, Spillane. He's not all that bad, but don't trust him with sensitive information, because if it benefits him, he will tell anyone.
Yeah. I don't know much about these Ventru. Benjamin says, I've only met 2, and one of them I quite like, and one of them I don't trust farther than I can throw him. And then he chuckles, well, if I did something with my blood, I could probably throw him quite a bit far, but you know what I mean.
Kate nods. You mentioned you're in Invictus, right?
He nods, yes.
Have you heard of Selena?
See, I think he was there when, no, yeah, he would have known Selena, heard of Selena because she's the coterie leader. So he says, yes, she is the leader of our coterie, but she's not here at the moment for some reason. I don't know why exactly.
Well, let's just say it all started with Selena telling information to the wrong person and him then telling it, or let's say she told sensitive information to Spillane and he then told it to the wrong person.
He nods. And
So
that is why I don't trust him.
yeah, so make sure not to tell him anything that could come back to bite us in the ass.
He nods.
Or we'll have a very, very angry Willis.
Benjamin nods and says, I don't plan to spend any more time with that thing than I need to.
Then Kate eyebrows will just raise. Like, damn. Well, someone is poisonous.
Damn!
So, did anything fun happen in Invictus?
He shrugs. No, not really. I don't know. I don't know that much. Our leader is gone, as I said, and I don't really know much about the politics thing. What about you're in the unit, right?
Mm-hmm. Kate nods. Right now nothing much is happening. I'm the only one who's planning stuff right now. And since I'm not sure how things will proceed, since Tremere or Clan Tremere just pledged loyalty to Maria. Our unit leader is Clan Tremere. But everyone apart from that is loyal to Theodore. So I'm not sure how we'll proceed from here.
He said he like it's like it's not a face palm, but it's like the thing you do when you're really fed up with bullshit and you just can't deal with it. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
yeah, and he says this kind of political stuff is giving me a headache.
And then Kate will look over to Benjamin and she'll say, "Yeah, you need to catch up on all this etiquette stuff. I'm not much for politics either, but you should know what to say or what not to say to save your neck."
You know, it's yeah. I found out that out the hard way.
And she gives them a small smile that is trying or meaning to be comforting. Next time, if you don't know what to do, just ask me if I'm there or ask someone you trust.
You know, it's I'm going to try to. And now he looks a little bit not anxious but reluctant, and says, "I'm going to try to stay away from that kind of setting as much as I can."
And Kate will answer, "Was it that bad, the reprimand you got?"
Well, he says it's not as much that it was. Well, I got chewed out pretty well, and that's like from what I understand, like I did the equivalent of pissing in the queen's tea, but um, I just don't want to risk getting in a setting where I can where that happens again.
Kate nods. So your strategy for now is just to avoid?
He says for now I want to for now I want to just study up on the basics of what to do and what not to do, and then maybe when I have a grasp of that, I can go join the political game again. Until then, show me a Sabbat that needs hurting or kidnapping, and I'll do it. And that's basically what I intend to do. I was never in the army, he says, but apparently when these fuckers like turned me, they seem to have made me into a soldier.
And Kate will just say, "Yeah, that happens when you're in the spot."
And now it's gonna get turned on them. He grins. I like the irony in that.
And Kate will just mutter, "You have no idea."
He looks at her. Oh,
And she'll just kind of wave it away.
perception, empathy. Wait, no, I have no empathy. Straight
Oh!
perception.
Oh,
I actually get 2 successes. I guess.
You can see that you're not the only one who's hell-bent on revenge.
He looks at her and says, "What did they do to you?"
And Kate will just kind of look up to the ceiling. More than I ever care to repeat.
He nods.
And she'll look at Benjamin. But now I managed to get out of there. Or at least away from their grasp. And I found, well, I would almost call it a family. If we weren't at war.
and pretty soon maybe at war against ourselves, he says grimly.
Yeah, I'm afraid so. Better keep your knife and or sword at you at all times. You never know.
I'm so tempted.
She taps on the sword that or the dagger that she sheathed before she or before she went out to meet Wallace.
And I am so tempted right now. Oh God.
Just do it. Do it.
Benjamin smirks, and then he says, "Well, I will." And then he like, "I always keep my sword well
God, no.
practiced. No, I fail again. Lol.
That's a good thing. And Kate will look interested. Oh, I didn't know you were a sword fighter.
He looks at her for a moment, and then he tries to pretend nothing happened, and says, "Well, when we were at the Tobias Butch's house or whatever that thing was, I found a sword there that I brought back with me, and William from my coterie he apparently he knows a thing or two about improving weapons, so he like improved it for me."
Oh, nice. Well, maybe we'll get to cross swords just for fun once.
He smiles. I'd love that.
I bet he does.
he wants to take out his sword and use it on her. I'm kidding.
Oh, God.
You asked for that one. So, and I don't know. After a while, he says, I don't know. This is shit, man. On one hand, I mean, living on the streets was fucked up, but this whole like drinking blood, not being in the sun thing, that's even more fucked up.
And Kate will nod. Yep, life never gets easier.
Oh shit, man! As far as I know, we're all dead and just pretending to be alive or something.
And Kate chuckles at this. Well, all the more reason for us to just go around and have fun.
Hey, nice. Yeah, it's important to have all the fun that you that you can get out of this life. For fuck's sake! Yeah, I think this is a good time to call the scene to a close.
And we'll end the scene here with Benjamin Bollocks trying to flirt with Kate 3 times in a row and choosing squat. Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, listeners, for listening. Good night.
Raise the tower.